Welcome to Recaply X, your movie recap in a flash. We bring the drama, the action, and the twists. In minutes, the fourth part of the movie begins at the funeral of Caesar, the leader of the apes, showing that the ape tribe is deeply saddened by his death. Years after Caesar's death, we see three apes climbing a mountain until they reach a specific spot near an eagle's nest. They wait until the eagle flies away from the nest, then approach it, each taking one egg. This is revealed to be a tradition in the ape tribe. There are only 3 eggs in the eagle's nest, so one of the apes, Nua, suggests to his friends, Anaya and Suna, that each of them take 1 egg, leaving one behind in the nest, as per their tribe's customs. Anaya and Suna are upset because Nua won't take an egg, which means he won't be able to attend the coming-of-age ceremony, where apes celebrate those who have reached adulthood. Each participant must be responsible for raising an eagle from birth until it grows up, after which the eagle remains bonded to them for life. Nua feels conflicted, especially since he is the son of the tribe's leader, and everyone expects him to be named the tribe's heir after his father. By chance, Nua discovers another eagle's nest on a high mountain peak. Without hesitation, he uses a tree branch to climb up to the nest. Suddenly, the eagle returns and attacks Nua, causing him to fall from the mountain. He narrowly escapes death by grabbing onto a tree branch at the last moment and manages to retrieve an eagle egg before falling. The group descends the mountain and prepares to return to the tribe. However, Nua discovers his blanket is missing from his horse. He and his companions notice a creature among the trees that has taken the blanket. When the creature realizes it's been spotted, it runs into the forest, with the group chasing after it. The creature eventually drops the blanket in front of a tunnel before disappearing inside. The tunnel leads to the other side of the valley. When Nua and his companions arrive there, they find the blanket stained with blood, not ape blood, but human blood. Frightened, they take the blanket and quickly return to the tribe. When they arrive, young apes are waiting eagerly to see the eggs they brought back and hear about their journey. Nua goes to his mother, who is overjoyed that he managed to retrieve an eagle egg. She asks him to visit his father, Koro, who is waiting for him. Nua meets Koro in the house where the eagles are raised. Koro tells him he is ready for the coming-of-age ceremony the next day, as he has successfully retrieved an eagle egg according to the tribe's traditions. Nua recounts what happened in the forest and shows Koro the bloodied blanket. When Koro smells the blood, he identifies it as human blood, meaning the thief was a human. Koro explains that humans did not completely disappear after their war with Caesar, and that some still exist, though most have become primitive due to the virus that spread long ago. Later, Nua sees Koro instructing an ape named Oda to go to the other side of the valley and drive out any humans there. Nua and his friends, who have never seen humans, have only heard stories about them from their elders. That night, Nua senses someone unfamiliar in the area. He searches and discovers a girl who flees upon seeing him. He chases her, but she escapes, and in the process, the eagle egg he was carrying breaks. Heartbroken, Nua tells his friends what happened, and they sympathize with him, as the ceremony is only hours away. Determined, Nua decides to return to the forest to retrieve another eagle egg before the ceremony begins. He rides his horse deep into the forest and is shocked to find the corpses of apes wearing masks. It becomes clear that a battle took place there. Suddenly, Oda appears, gravely injured. Nua is horrified, but Oda urges him to flee before dying. Nua hears the sound of many apes approaching and hides among the trees. He overhears one of them telling their leader, Silver, that Oda killed 2 members of their tribe. When Silver sees the bloodied blanket, he realizes it belongs to the girl they are searching for. He assumes Oda's tribe is hiding her. At that moment, Nua's horse appears. Silver strikes the horse with his staff, scaring it into running back to Nua's tribe. Silver and the masked apes chase after the horse to find the tribe and kill everyone there. Nua follows them, but he arrives too late to find his village burning. The masked apes are killing and kidnapping many members of his tribe. Nua spots his mother and friends tied up and rushes to free them. However, a masked ape attacks him with a staff. Nua's mother and friends fight off the attacker, while Nua heads to the eagle house, where he finds his father freeing the eagles to save them. Nua joins his father in releasing the eagles, but Silver appears and attacks Koro. The two engage in a fierce battle, with Silver overpowering Koro. Nua tries to help his father, but is thrown out of the house by Silver. Nua manages to grab onto a rope before falling to the ground, but Silver strikes him with the staff, causing him to fall unconscious. Nua wakes up the next day to find his village destroyed and deserted. He discovers his horse and one of the masked apes' staffs on the ground. Nearby, he finds his father's lifeless body. Overcome with grief, Nua buries his father and vows at his grave to avenge him and rebuild their tribe. An eagle, seemingly mourning Koro, joins Nua in saying goodbye. Nua mounts his horse and sets off to track the masked apes. He follows their footprints to the tunnel in the forest, crossing to the other side of the valley. He continues his journey, determined to confront them, and he finds his mother's scarf in front of him, so he realizes he's on the right path. Noah keeps the scarf and continues on his way, until night falls and he spends the night in the forest. The next day, Noah wakes up and finds the eagle, his father's friend, in front of him. He calls out to it to join him on his journey, but the eagle refuses and flies away. Noah continues on his path and notices smoke in the distance, so he heads toward it. Suddenly, he falls into a trap and gets caught in the branches of the trees. However, he manages to free himself and falls to the ground. Suddenly, a monkey named Raka appears in front of him and threatens him with the staff of the masked monkeys. Raka initially thinks Noah is one of them, but Noah explains that he is not. He tells Raka that the masked monkeys destroyed his village, killed his father, and kidnapped his entire tribe. He introduces himself and explains that he is searching for them to take revenge. Raka sympathizes with him, extends a hand in friendship, introduces himself, and takes Noah on a tour of the area. Raka tells Noah that he used to live in this place with his friend, but the masked monkeys killed his friend. This made Raka and his friend the last descendants of the Caesar tribe. Noah is surprised and tells Raka that he heard the masked monkeys chanting Caesar's name. Raka explains to him that the leader of the masked monkeys is named Brook, but he calls himself Caesar after their legendary leader. Raka adds that many monkeys don't know much about Caesar or what he did for the monkeys. He explains that Caesar was the one who united the monkeys and brought them together. Then, Raka shows Noah Caesar's necklace, saying that he inherited it from his ancestors and has kept it to this day. He also reveals books he had hidden, explaining that these books are the treasure passed down from Caesar. Suddenly, Noah stands in front of a painting on the wall depicting humans. He is surprised by their appearance since he has never seen humans before. Raka explains to him that monkeys used to coexist with humans, which means that humans and monkeys can live together again. Raka tells Noah that if he ever sees a human, he should help them, as Caesar advised. After that, Noah decides to continue his journey to search for the location of the masked monkeys' tribe. On his way, he sees a girl with a horse and shouts at her. The girl gets scared and runs away. Raka gets upset with Noah's behavior, telling him he didn't like what Noah did. Noah explains that the girl was the reason for everything that happened. Raka retrieves his horse, and they set off together to find her. Along the way, Raka explains to Noah that they must help humans because they are weak and few are left on the planet. As night falls, Noah and Raka rest in a spot in the forest before continuing their journey the next day. Suddenly, they find the girl in front of them. Raka throws her an apple to eat. The girl takes the apple and eats it, revealing that she is hungry and hasn't eaten in a while. At that moment, Raka tells Noah that the girl had been following them because she was looking for food. Raka notices that the girl is shivering from the cold, so he gives her Noah's mother's scarf to keep her warm. At that moment, Raka decides to name her Nova, as legend says that monkeys give this name to humans whose names they do not know. When Raka falls asleep, Noah gets up and walks around the area until he finds himself in front of a giant telescope. He approaches it and looks through its lens, amazed by the sight of space. Noah is surprised when Nova also approaches the telescope and looks through it, equally astonished and fascinated. The next day, Noah tells Raka what happened and says that the girl is intelligent and understands like they do. But Raka doesn't believe him and ignores his words. However, Raka decides to take Nova with them on their journey. As they continue, they encounter a group of humans. Nova is shocked when she sees the humans drinking from the lake in a primitive manner. She watches them sadly, realizing how humans have declined and become backward. At that moment, Noah tells Raka that their journey has come to an end as he decides to search for his tribe. Raka bids him farewell, giving him Caesar's necklace to remember him by. Raka says he will stay with the humans to help them. As soon as Noah leaves, Silver and a group of monkeys attack the humans, chasing and capturing them. Chaos ensues, and Nova gets separated from Raka. She runs as fast as she can to escape. At that moment, Noah sees Silver chasing her and manages to save her at the last moment. Afterward, Raka and Noah take Nova and flee the area quickly. When they reach a safe place, Noah tells Raka that the girl can talk. He says she called out his name to save her. As usual, Raka doesn't believe Noah, but he is shocked when Nova speaks and tells them her name is May. They sit with her, and Noah asks why she lied to them. May explains that her mother, before dying, advised her not to speak to protect herself. However, she says she trusts Noah and Raka and knows they won't harm her. She also tells them she knows the location of the masked monkeys tribe and reveals that Noah's tribe is there. Raka says the three of them must work together to continue their journey and rescue Noah's tribe. They reach the river and cross a wooden bridge. Suddenly, Silver and the monkeys attack them, surrounding them from all directions. Noah tries to defend Raka and May, engaging in a fight with the monkeys. May falls into the river and Raka jumps in to save her. However, Silver gains control over Noah, cuts the rope Raka is holding onto, and lets him drown in the river. Silver and his group take Noah and May back to their tribe. There, Noah notices that the monkeys are building a dam around the tribe to protect themselves from the seawater and prevent flooding. Suddenly, he finds his friends and mother, overjoyed to see they are still alive. Meanwhile, the monkeys lock May in a room. May is surprised to find the room filled with books. Suddenly, a person named Trav appears, introduces himself, and tells her that he is teaching the Monkey King how to read to understand human civilization. May becomes upset that Trav is helping the monkeys. Suddenly, they hear a commotion, and it is confirmed that is a greeting to King Brook, the leader of the tribe. And Brook stands in front of the tribe and speaks to them enthusiastically to motivate them. Then he orders the soldiers to open the door of a very large warehouse, but they fail because the door is very huge. May is shocked and knew that Trav is the one who told Brook about the warehouse. She tells him that this warehouse is full of different weapons, in addition to the very advanced devices that the apes cannot get, because this will make them eliminate the humans on the planet. But Trav tells her that humans will never develop because the number of smart ones remaining among them is very small, and they will not be able to confront the apes who have taken control of the planet. Then Silver goes to Noah and takes him to Brook's room. There Noah finds Trav and May sitting with him. Brook tells Noah that he chose him because he will be the leader of his tribe after his father's death. In addition, he went on a trip with one of the humans, and this indicates that he is a smart monkey, and Brook says that he wants to make the monkeys evolve and become like humans, and for this reason, he wants to open the warehouse and get all the tools inside it, because these tools are what will help him in the evolution that he dreams of. But May interrupts and tells him that this is impossible to happen, so Brook shows him the map that was with her colleagues, and this is when they came before to open the warehouse, and he tells her that he wanted to arrest them, to force them to open the warehouse and take everything in it. He tells her that he wanted to arrest them, to force them to open the warehouse and take everything inside. But her colleague resisted the apes, and the apes killed him. May gets upset and tells him that the contents of the warehouse belong to humans and that he has no right to seize them. But Brooke tells her that the warehouse is within the borders of his kingdom and therefore belongs to him, not to humans. Afterward, Brooke asks Noah if May told him how to open the warehouse. Noah, shocked, replies that May never mentioned it at all. Later, Brooke talks to Noah alone and tells him that he should never trust humans. He reveals that he is only keeping them around because he needs them to teach him how to use the tools in the warehouse. He asks Noah to help him find a way to open the warehouse so he can fulfill his dream of taking over the entire planet and then eliminating all humans. Noah remains silent and doesn't respond. He then goes to sit alone, feeling sad and frustrated because he can't find a solution to save his people from Brooke's clutches. Suddenly, the eagle comes and perches on his hand, just as it used to do with his father. In that moment, hope returns to Noah, and he feels encouraged because he senses that he is indeed a leader. He decides not to give up and continues searching for a way to defeat Brooke. Later, Noah goes to May, who apologizes to him when she sees him. She admits that she was one of the reasons for opening the warehouse, and that she was the only survivor. She was afraid to tell him. Noah asks her what she wants from the warehouse. She says she needs a book to help humans communicate and talk to each other like before. He agrees to help her on the condition that she destroys the dam, protecting the tribe from the sea. May agrees, and they devise a plan to execute it together. Noah then goes to his friends, Anaya and Sona, and asks them to help him carry out the plan. They agree without hesitation. When all the apes are asleep, they all go to join May. They head to the dam, and May begins planting explosives. Suddenly, Trav arrives and tells her that even if she blows up the dam, Brooke will build another one. May approaches him and asks him to join them to help the humans, but Trav refuses and walks away to inform Brooke. May attacks him and strangles him until he dies. After getting rid of Trav's body, she takes Noah and his friends and leads them through a secret path until they reach a certain place. There they climb the mountain until they reach the top of the warehouse. They manage to enter the warehouse through the ventilation shaft. May goes to the electrical panel and turns on the lights in the warehouse. She asks Noah and his friends to wait until she returns. She leaves them and enters the control room, taking the hard drive with all the data. Meanwhile, Noah and his friends find children's stories with illustrations of apes in cages. Noah becomes very upset and starts to feel that Brooke might be right and that he shouldn't trust humans. May returns and tells him that she will open the warehouse door. She explains that he must leave, take his tribe, and move quickly before she blows up the dam and floods the area. As soon as the warehouse door opens, they are shocked to find Brooke waiting for them at the entrance. Brooke is amazed when he sees the weapons inside the warehouse. He calls out to Noah's entire tribe and tells them that Noah betrayed them by trusting humans. He orders one of the apes to grab Sona, Noah's friend, and threatens to kill her if Noah doesn't reveal everything inside the warehouse. Suddenly, May pulls out a gun and shoots the ape holding Sona, killing him. All the apes, including Brooke, are frightened. Brooke tells her she is free to leave and points to the gun, asking if there are more like it inside the warehouse. At that moment, Noah realizes that May intends to blow up the dam to flood the tribe and the warehouse, preventing Brooke from using the weapons against humans. Noah tries to stop May from blowing up the dam, fearing for his tribe, who are all inside and could drown, but May apologizes to him and quickly runs toward the explosives, detonating the dam. The water floods the entire warehouse. Noah shouts to the apes to hide from the water, but some don't make it in time and drown. Noah helps as many as he can, but Silver attacks him and knocks him into the water. Noah manages to escape, and a chase ensues between him and Silver. Noah lures Silver toward the pipes, where Silver gets stuck due to his size. Silver struggles to free himself, but fails and drowns. Noah then leads his tribe out of the warehouse through the ventilation shafts. However, they encounter Brooke, who attacks Noah and beats him while declaring that humans will take over the earth and that the apes will become their slaves again. Brooke says he will rebuild his kingdom and forces Noah to kneel before him. All the apes are unable to defend Noah because they know that Brock is stronger than all of them, and Noah falls to the ground and is exhausted from the beating. And suddenly he sees the eagles in the sky, so Noah stops and continues singing in a certain way. Brooke is surprised by what he's doing, and he is even more surprised when he finds the whole group singing like Noah. And this song is the way that Noah's father calls the eagles, and the eagles actually come and attack Brooke, and they kill him and throw him from the top of the mountain. After that, Noah returns with his tribe to their village and rebuilds it. Noah is surprised to find May visiting him to say goodbye, but he is upset with her because she was the reason for the death of a large number of monkeys before him. So she tells him that the weapons in the warehouse belong to humans and not to the monkeys. Noah gives her Caesar's necklace so that she keeps remembering that monkeys can live in peace with humans. At that time, May is holding a gun and hiding it because she was afraid of Noah, but she felt safe and takes the chain from him. She is affected by what happened and walks. After that, she goes to a distant place in the desert. She is affected by what happened and walks. After that, she goes to a distant place in the desert, and her colleague, who is wearing a protective suit, and takes from her the hard drive that she brought from the warehouse, and enters the building again, and it appears that this place is a shelter for a group of humans, and her colleague May goes and gives the hard drive to her colleague, who puts the hard drive in a communication device, and the device works, and they can communicate with people in another place on the planet. And at this time, May is standing in front of the transmission dishes, and is proud because she helped her colleagues to communicate with humans, and thus they will help each other and return the planet Earth to them again. And at this time, Noah is at the telescope, which he seen by chance in the forest, and Noah looks into the telescope, and it appears that he saw a certain thing in the sky, and the movie ends. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get more new videos.